Muslim people don't own the hijab. If I want to wear this just to cover my head for whatever reason, I have my own personal reasons, my own connection with whatever. I can wear whatever I want to. I don't owe you anything. That's the thing. I don't owe Muslims anything. I got them before I converted. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I don't owe Muslims anything.
I got them before I converted, yeah, exactly.
And I'm not confirming if I'm a full convert or what, but
Nurse, clear my schedule.
Hello everybody. In today's video, for the low introductory price of absolutely nothing, you can hear me speak about Foodie Beauty and her big house scam. Was she scammed out of having a place to live? Did she scam her followers? Was she never moving in the first place? We're going to reveal it all. We also have a serious question for Foodie Beauty. Why are you so interested in joining a religion that you have absolutely zero respect towards? And as you said, you owe them nothing. You owe people nothing, but yet you've already converted to their religion. Why are you so disrespectful to other people? We're going to talk about it, and at the end of the video, there's going to be a Pokemon Go update. Where everything I'm saying is just for entertainment purposes only, not meant to be taken seriously. I'm sharing opinions, not facts, on public figures and what they are choosing to make public on the internet. Please do not go out of your way to leave anyone mentioned in today's video any mean-spirited, negative, disparaging comments. Please do not leave any mean comments. Please be kind in the comment section to the people that we are talking about the people we're talking about. Me and the frog, you can trash. Okay, so let's talk about what's going on with Foodie Beauty. Basically, Foodie Beauty was supposed to move into this house, and everything about this house kept changing. First, it went from a certain amount of bedrooms to then a different amount of bedrooms. First, it had 6 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. Like, it was obvious that she wasn't being honest about the house. She called it a mansion many times, when in reality, it was not. Okay, so she wasn't honest. I want to preface this by saying she was not honest about the house from the very beginning. So all of a sudden, she was supposed to move. Everything was supposed to be fine. When she gets an email, okay, and it was very, very suspicious to a lot of people because her and Pete's were not packing yet. And, they were saying, oh, we're procrastinators, whatever. Pete's was saying that. So they hadn't packed. They were supposed to move. She had talked about this move for like almost a month. And she was supposed to move, and then she was supposed to go to Kuwait to get married to that guy, right? Okay. All of a sudden, she does this live stream in which she reads off a supposed email that she supposedly got from the owners of the house that she was going to be renting. And this is where the scam part comes in, where a lot of people have 2 different opinions on it. First of all, some people feel that since she is not being allowed to move in, that she was scammed out of the money, which we will get to, and or they feel that she was scamming her audience because they felt that Foodie Beauty is not being honest. She wrote the email herself. Since she never packed to move, there was never any house, there was never any move, and she was scamming her audience by lying and saying that. Okay, so it's one or the other that people were saying and thinking. So here's the email that she provided on her live stream. Chantal, we just learned about serious problems because of which we'll not be able to go and spend the winter in Censored as we planned, so we cannot rent you the house. I'm just going to go to Censored and own, will stay, blah, 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 error censored. So Foodie Beauty censored that. I don't know what that says. It is very unfortunate, but we have no choice. I feel very sorry to let you down at this stage in the game. Let me know if you can come tomorrow or Friday so I can give you back your, monetary deposit, the key for the mailbox. Again, my sincerest apologies. So she says that she was emailed this letter by the landlord, and she's saying that, now kind of like they have nowhere to go, but they'll figure something out. Now, a lot of people felt that she was being scammed out of her deposit. So she claims she was not.
Hey, just a quick update. So no, we were not scammed. I just got my money back. No hard feelings.
She did this short where she explained that she got her money back. Okay, so was she scammed out of the money? Probably not. No, she wasn't, okay? By the way, I just wanted to say I am 100% not on Foodie Beauty's side, and you will hear that in this video. But whatever the reasons are that these people had for not renting her the house, let her know this late stage in the game. That's just my opinion. I mean, a landlord can do whatever they want, but like, would you be happy if you got an email like this at this late stage in the game? Now, I mean, I wouldn't be. That's my personal opinion. I'm sure these people had their reasons, which is why I said I am not on Chantal's side in this one. Now, so whether or not she was scammed out of the money has been probably answered. She says she got her deposit back. No, she has not been scammed out of the money. I also don't think there's any reason for these people to have promised her to rent her the house as a lie. I doubt that happened. I think they had all the genuine intentions of actually renting her the house, but then something changed their minds. Now, Foodie Beauty is out here saying that they had an emergency, they had to pull out at the last minute. Never mind. They had to pull out at the last minute because now a lot of people have started accusing Foodie Beauty of, did you scam your audience? Like I already said, did you scam your audience? Did you lie to them and say that this whole thing, this whole situation type deal was something, you know, that you made up? You made this up. A lot of people feel that Foodie Beauty made this whole thing up about moving just for the entertainment, just as a lie, to just get people talking, you know, because the way that Amber and Foodie Beauty get people to click on their videos is not the old-fashioned way where people are just interested in their lives. It's more so there's drama, there's absolutely outrageous things that most of the time don't happen in most average people's lives, so that, you know, just they click for drama. People go to Amber and Foodie Beauty for drama. So first, Foodie Beauty tried to dispel this, okay, by making this statement on her community page. Well, I think in this case, my procrastination worked in my favor. We don't have to unpack anything score. If you need to think logically, ask yourself, what have I gained from supposedly faking a move to a different house? Why would I do that? LOL. Only people, if you can call them that, again, trashing reaction channels. Honestly, Chantal, you keep doing this, and then one day your channel is going to be deleted. Dehumanizing, in the style of Amberlynn Reed, dehumanizing reaction channels who are benefiting from this fake storyline are reaction channels, and you all are eating it up. Bon appetit.
Beef ranch caramel sauce.
Trying to say that, you know, you can't even call reaction channels people. Well, you're out here posting, okay? You are out here seriously posting that your cat, BBJ, your senior cat that has been there for you during your breakup with BB, your whole life, okay, still doesn't need a dirt nap. If those of you that don't know what dirt nap is, it's kind of a rude way of saying permanent slumber, okay? So that's in reference to Foodie Beauty constantly saying she wants to put down her cats in a nice way, which is honestly preposterous. She started this whole nonsense when she was with that guy that she used to see in the past, where, you know, she was no longer in a, you know, loving, committed relationship where, you know, it was like you know, two people living together and just living their lives together, you know, because she keeps having these boyfriends that she has to go to see and all this other stuff. So she wants to get rid of her cats. That's the vibe that I'm getting, which is unfortunate, because who writes that their cat is not ready for dirt nap yet? Honestly, if you have animals and you spend a good fraction of your time on the internet where you sell your life for profit on the internet talking about how, oh, I'm going to put them down when they're old, and just like perpetuating this vibe that you want to get rid of your cats, you're kind of telling people how you feel. You should just honestly let these cats go and live with your viewers, because they're not going to, you know, put the cats to sleep. You constantly talk about it, insinuate, and it's just preposterous. Honestly, I think that they deserve better, your senior cats, and any animal deserves better. But moving on. So basically, as far as her saying, I'm not scamming you, why would I fake a move to a different house? Do I think that she faked this move? No, I do not. Pete, her roommate, did a whole live stream in which he explained that he just found out about the fact that they were not moving, and he says that he has no money. His brother keeps getting fired and has no money, and their mom is retired, so he has nowhere to go other than Chantal. I understand that Pete's is going through a hard time. I genuinely do. I know he's going through a hard time emotionally, Pete's, but you cannot continue to rely on Chantal. First of all, saying that she's moving to Kuwait and getting married, or I'm sorry, she's moving there for a certain amount of time, she's visiting and getting married. There's going to come a time that she's going to stop supporting Pete's, especially if she actually finds a realistic relationship. He needs to figure out a way to support himself. Because, first of all, it's always bad to, like, rely on someone else. But when that someone else is as Chantal and can't even secure a place for you guys to move to, what are you going to do? By the way, there was a situation type deal before she was supposed to be, like, when she was still supposed to be moving, when, like, her landlord called and was like, oh, you didn't pay the rent. And she's like, oh, we're moving. Like, what are you going to do now? She's saying in that short, oh, okay, you know, I'm staying put for now. I'm not moving. But where are you going to move to? Which brings me to my opinions about why I think that she was not allowed to move in, possibly. My theories, these are not facts, these are just my opinions. So, if I was a landlord, I probably would not want to rent to someone like Foodie Beauty, who is constantly going after a group of people. Or if it was my house and I was renting out the house. What she said wasn't just derogatory and, like, wrong, but a lot of people, I've talked about this here before, a lot of people feel that she is appropriating somebody else's culture. But I think the point that I'm trying to make here is that Foodie Beauty is continuously doing terrible things on the internet and offending people and just being rude and just saying so many outrageous things and doing so many outrageous things. Now, I am not saying that the reason that these people pulled out of this deal was because of Foodie Beauty's behavior. But what I do want to introduce and put on the table here is that any landlord has the right to decide who lives in their house, right? And especially when you are renting out just a house, not like, you know, a landlord who owns buildings and people rent apartments. But who rents your house is important, not just that you know that you're going to get your money, which brings me to my final point, how they treat the house. This is what I believe could have been one of the things that happened. Not saying it did, but I would not put anything past this theory. So Foodie Beauty treats her own house like really poorly. She doesn't clean up. We've all seen the pictures of where, like, she basically doesn't clean her house for long periods of time. She had to hire people to move boxes out of her house, like she can't throw it out herself, and she just lets the animals live in bad, derogatory conditions. Look, I'm sure that this has been massively documented on the internet, on so many different platforms, because you put it out there, Chantal. You put it out there. What am I trying to say? I want to make this super, super, super clear. I am not judging her. To me, it absolutely doesn't matter how she lives. I don't care how she lives. I don't care if she wants to live with garbage all over. To me, it doesn't matter. I'm just a commentary person, right? I am saying that Chantal is doing herself a disservice. Foodie Beauty is doing herself a massive, huge disservice by broadcasting the way that she lives. Because in the future, the people that do not care about you and don't care for you and just quite frankly don't like you will contact the next landlord that you're going to be renting from and the next landlord that you're going to be renting from. From a landlord's perspective, no one wants their property to be destroyed. So I am not judging the way that you're living, but I am being honest here and saying that no landlord would want you to live there and completely trash their property. So you can continue to do whatever you want because it doesn't affect me the way that she lives and I don't care how she lives. But like, if you want to hear the reality of the situation, no landlord would rent to you because you would be destroying their house. It's obvious. I used to say this all the time when I used to make videos about other people. When you post a lot of the stuff that you're doing publicly, people who don't like you are going to contact other people in your life. And this has happened with, obviously, Foodie Beauty's family.
Hey, buddy, I'm from small town Ontario.
People always contact your family. You don't think that people could contact somebody who is going to rent a house out to you? You don't think that that could happen? I mean, it's the obvious answer. You are doing a lot of things on the internet that is bad, derogatory, inflammatory, and something that any regular landlord would not want to be involved with. or in. I'm not saying that this is what happened because they could have clearly had an emergency, but if I was a landlord and I wanted to rent out my house, right, I would never rent it out to somebody who has a history of destroying their houses, not cleaning up their houses, and letting their animals live in a horrible way, right? So the point is, why did Foodie Beauty decide to post everything publicly when she was trying to move out? Here's the thing. If someone doesn't know, I don't even know how she's going to get another place to live in, because when someone is going around and showing that they have absolutely no respect for their house, they don't clean their house, they're letting their animals live in a derogatory way, and all of this stuff, and I know that she used to say, I'm very well aware that she used to say that there's going to be somebody coming by. Originally, she had said this, and cleaning the house. It doesn't matter. Even if there was somebody that was going to come by and clean the house, no one who is renting out their property wants you to destroy it. And you have a history of doing that with the house that you live in now. She should have never, under any circumstances, told her audience that she was moving, especially since she now live streams less and talks about things less, and she's no longer selling her life for profit as much as she should, because, you know, she says she has this other secondary form of income and somebody's paying all her bills. Whatever, go get a Kermit, Foodie Booty, okay? At the end of the day, my personal opinion is you did this to yourself. The real scam being revealed is that you scammed yourself. That's the real scam. She scammed herself out of this house because obviously putting inflammatory, terrible content on the internet and being disliked by the majority of your audience, you don't think they're going to contact your sponsor if you had one. She used to have a sponsor. I think it was a water bottle they contacted. And this was even before she was doing the things that she's doing now. You're offending a lot of people by your derogatory comments, her continuous use of certain language that is honestly disgusting. Also, for example, I'm going to give you a basic example. Recently, she talked about French Fry Girl. French Fry Girl makes reaction videos to Foodie Booty. Recently, she made a statement pretty much saying, well, we don't know if French Fry Girl did something, you know, permanent to her dog, which is so mean-spirited and wrong, because French Fry Girl did lose, her pet, a dog. And I think it's, obviously, my condolences go out to French Fry Girl. This is really wrong to say about other people. Obviously, that's not what happened. That's a lie. Foodie Beauty decided to highly imply just flagrant, disgusting statement. But do you think that everything that I just said put together, and I know that she hates French Fry Girl for making hundreds of reactions on her, and I get it, but what I'm saying to you is, do you think it's possible, just possible, that any landlord, I'm not saying this one, just any future landlord could see the way that Foodie Beauty is acting and say, I don't want this woman to destroy my property. I don't like what she's putting out there on the internet. I have every right to judge her before she becomes my tenant, and I don't want her to become my tenant. Here's a wild idea. How is she ever going to move away and situate Pete's and get everything going before she goes to get, married in another country, when any landlord who cares about their property would never rent to you? What she really needs to do is either stay permanently where she's at or start renting in private. What I mean by that is, don't tell your audience that you are going to be renting anything or moving anywhere. Don't say anything. I'm going to put it to you this way. I want you to leave this in the comments down below, and then we're going to move on to Pokemon Go. Do you think that her situation would have ended differently if she didn't put out this inflammatory, terrible content out on the internet, and if she didn't tell her audience that she was moving, and so no one knew? She could have clearly, in my opinion, moved in quietly, not even to this place, to any other place, and not have had these problems. So if you continue to post it on the internet, I used to say this in my other videos all the time, anything you don't want people to talk about, don't post it on the internet. Anything I don't want people to talk about, no one ever knows. I never post anything on the internet. Well, I mean, I'm a little different, obviously, because this is a, commentary channel on various different topics. But I would just say that my opinion, you guys can let me know, I think she would have had a different time. Yeah, I'm sure they canceled because of an emergency. But in the future, or, you know, can the way that she behaves towards her own house and how she trashes her own house influence her and people not wanting to rent to her? Of course, 100%. My opinion is 100%. Let me put it to you this way. If you had a house that you wanted to rent out, would you rent it to Foodie Beauty knowing how she trashes her own house? And again, that's not me judging her doing that. You can do whatever you want, okay? I'm not going to judge the way that she lives. I am just saying that from a from a landlord's point of view, you don't want your property to be destroyed. But I think it's preposterous that Chantal doesn't understand that she creates her own problems. You know, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, Chantal. You did this to yourself. You told everybody you were moving, and then you showed people how you treat people's property. So anyways, let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. I wish Foodie Beauty all the best, but that is her scam revealed. You scammed yourself, okay? So let's just move right along to Pokemon Go updates. Okay, so let's talk about Pokemon Go. So let's do raids and eggs. Right now is the second part of the Halloween event where there's a shiny Punkaboo and there's a shiny little fox running around and costume, right? So there were so many raids that I have been doing. First of all, Mega Banette is out. I must have done at least I don't know, over 100 raids as always, because I was trying to get the shiny version. What is it? Shuppet. Okay, there's the name. I talked about this last time, Shuppet. So I've been trying to get the shiny. I must have done hundreds and hundreds of raids, no shiny. And you know what? Somebody traded me 2 different shiny Shuppets. I couldn't even get it myself in the wild, but I will say the mega raids have become so much more easier to do than in the past. And I just with them changing the whole mega evolved Pokemon system where you're supposed to mega evolve it. As I've said before, when you mega evolve your Pokemon, what happens is that you actually, you get a higher chance of XL candy. You get a chance of just getting better candy and everything like that when you're catching Pokemon that is of the same typing. Like right now, I would definitely recommend mega evolving any good Gengar that you have, right, for ghost types, because they're out right now. So anyways, I did so many raids and I actually ended up with another hundo. I had a hundo, I ended up with another one. Okay, so let's talk about Giratina raids. So I have been doing both Giratina raids, even though I said I wasn't going to do that many regular Giratina raid. The one that looks like a standing dragon, I did some raids with that Giratina just for fun. And now the one that looks, what is it, altered form, whatever, I don't care. The one that looks like a spider that he's just like flying around, that one. Okay, so this Pokemon is the Pokemon that you probably want to get more of if you are raiding, because so this Pokemon is what we like to call a closer in a PvP environment, player versus player environment, right? So the one that looks like standing up, he's like more of an opener, and this one, the one that is like looks like he's flying around, that Giratina is more of a closer. The reason that I personally don't like to use a lot of Giratinas in the Battle League is very simple. So a lot of people are running Charm, right, on a fairy Pokemon. And a lot of people are, of course, doing the counters to Giratina, which is, of course, like Ice and Fairy, right? And Giratina ghost types are also weak to their own ghost types and other dragons, but I digress. I don't like to run Giratina in the Battle League unless I'm just trolling in there. Sometimes I do like a troll team of all fairies. Oh man, it's so wonderful to see the other opponent. If you could only see him, you can't really, know what they're thinking. But the other opponent's like, did this person just put in all fairies? But that's when I troll. Or sometimes like if I really, really want to troll, I put in when I say trolling in the Battle League, I mean, putting in not real teams, not teams that you think are going to win, just joking around. So I don't recommend an all dragon team. Actually, all fairy teams can actually win, but I digress. So I don't like to put Giratinas into the Battle League if I'm being serious about the battle, because it's just really difficult to win because so many people have fairy, and fairy Pokemon can really get rid of Giratina very fast. The one thing I will say is, obviously these Giratinas that I've been raiding for right now, they are released with a new move called Shadow Force, and Shadow Force is a ghost move and all. And obviously, if you throw that at a fairy type attacker, like for example Togekiss, or like Sylveon, what will happen is you will do quite a bit of damage. But I just say, if you are going to run this Pokemon right here, the one that looks like he's floating around like almost like a spider, I highly advise you to go in last with that Pokemon. Do not go in first, because a lot of the times, and this is like a PvP tip, if you are, sounds bad. This is a tip for player versus player environment. Like if you're battling, a lot of people will run their fairy Pokemon first. So you want to get rid of their fairy Pokemon if you have a dragon in the back like Giratina. But that Pokemon is definitely a closer. So I've done a bunch of raids. I don't have 100% yet. So I'm trying to get one. Okay. So now let's just move right along to the eggs. Listen. I have been hatching 7-kilometer eggs. The eggs that you get from your friends. Okay. For a week. And it has been such an experience. I was looking for shiny Noibats, okay? And I did get some, but after a week, and like you can only open 30 gifts a day. There's a cap on it, I believe. And on top of that, unfortunately, if you open 20 or 30 gifts a day from your friends, you're not going to be able to hatch 20 or 30 eggs. But I have been hatching as much as I can daily. I've been looking to get like a Hundo Fanta, because that Pokemon actually evolves into some tree guy, okay? He's very good in the battle, like Travian, what, I don't know what his name is, whatever, tree person. And the tree person has eluded me. I have not gotten a Hundo. I'm so upset, but I have been hatching so many eggs. Can you imagine just sitting there waiting for a green bat, and there's not even a vampire in sight? By the way, I am personally not understanding why people continue to say that vampires turn into bats. That is a ridiculous story created by people that were trying to scare other people. Everybody knows there's no such thing as vampires or green vampires or bat. What are they really trying to say with that Pokemon? Are they trying to shade vampires? I'm just kidding. I don't think so. Anyway, so I've been trying to hatch, and I've been hatching and hatching and hatching. I think I want to do like a dedicated video to all of my egg hatching. I'm showing you a bunch right now. I can tell you it's a whole bunch of energy, money, and patience spent that you do not get back, okay? But it's always that thrill, like, oh my God, what if I get a shiny? What if I finally hatch the shiny Noibat? What will I do with myself? So I've been hatching so many eggs. Let me know if you guys have been hatching eggs. Did you get anybody good from it? Did you get a good shiny? Have you caught the new shiny Punkaboo, the new shiny little fox, Vulpix? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to do a more, hopefully, dedicated videos to Pokemon where it's like even more and more and more, where I can show you more. Like right now I'm showing you my egg hatches, but I want to do more and more and more. Anyways, okay, so thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did you catch anyone good? Let me know. If you enjoyed today's video, check out the video that's popping up here. You may enjoy this video. And I will see you very, very, very soon on the next one. Thanks so much for being here. Bye.